The channel Hunters of the Occult, famous for its paranormal investigations, knew this all too well. Diego, Alice, Bruno, and Samuel had built their reputation by exploring haunted places and challenging the unknown. But nothing could have prepared them for what was to come. Answering the relentless requests of their followers, the group decides to investigate the San Bartolomeu Cemetery, an isolated place cursed by horrifying stories. It was said that those who stepped foot there during the early hours of the morning never came back the same, or never came back at all. Skeptical, yet excited, they scheduled the live stream for 3 a.m., the witching hour. Armed with flashlights, night vision cameras, and sensitive microphones, they crossed the rusty gate and stepped into the darkness. The air was heavy, filled with something invisible and oppressive. Wild vegetation grew unchecked among the weathered tombstones, and the absolute silence seemed to suffocate any trace of hope. At first, everything appeared like just another abandoned cemetery. The wind whispered through the dry trees, and the creaking of displaced gravestones echoed through the hallowed ground. But then, the signs began. Samuel, the skeptic of the group, was the first to feel a chilling shiver. "Did anyone else hear that?" he asked, frowning. A raspy whisper had been picked up by the microphone, a drawn-out lament that no one could quite understand. In the live chat, the followers were going wild. "There's something behind you! Look to the left." "What the hell was that?" Diego turned the camera and caught a shadow moving between the gravestones. It had no defined shape, but its presence was suffocating. Alice tried to get closer, but as she took the first step, a gurgling noise tore through the silence. Something was crawling in the darkness, a slender, misshapen body rising between the graves. Its hollow eyes glowed with a sickly hue, and its mouth stretched into a smile that was anything but human. Panic took over. Bruno stumbled as he tried to run and fell beside an open grave. The ground beneath him shifted. Skeletal hands emerged, trying to grab him. A guttural scream erupted from the depths of the earth. Something was trying to break free, something hungry. The group scattered. The cameras shook as the stream kept rolling. The chat was a sea of desperate messages. "Get out of there! There's something behind you! God forbid!" The voices around them multiplied, calling their names, whispering ancient curses. Diego managed to pull Bruno away from the grave, but the hands kept emerging, as if the cemetery itself were waking up. Alice pointed her flashlight toward a distant mausoleum. Etched into the stone was a name, scratched from the inside out, as if someone had tried to escape from within. A tall shadow moved within it. The bones of something cracked as it drew near, and a rotten stench filled the air. The cameras began to fail, static blending with absolute terror. They ran. It didn't matter where, they just wanted to get out of there. But the cemetery seemed to stretch endlessly, the graves multiplying, the gate vanishing into the thick fog. Something was running beside them, something large, with erratic movements, as if every part of its body was being pulled in opposite directions. Desperation reached its peak when Samuel let out a scream that wasn't human. His skin turned pale, his eyes rolled back. He dropped to his knees, murmuring ancient words, as if something was speaking through him. Diego and Bruno lifted him up and dragged him along as Alice struggled to keep the flashlight on. But the shadows around them moved like living creatures. Finally, the rusty gate came into view. They didn't know if they had been running in circles or if the cemetery had allowed them to leave. Without looking back, they got out of there and bolted to the car. When the doors slammed shut, the engine stalled for a few torturous seconds. A tall, skeletal figure appeared among the tombstones, watching them with hollow eyes. The car roared to life. They sped off, leaving that nightmare behind. The footage, recovered with great difficulty, was edited and posted the following morning. Not for fame, not for views, but as a warning. The title was simple, direct, and filled with desperation. Do not go to the cemetery.